Let's put this bird into space. Orbital pattern locked in. You didn't put
Be
us on the
advised,
planet,
you are
so we must
entering
be on the
United
right
Colony
place.
space. Please maintain course and prepare to... be scanned. Scan complete. You are clear.
New Atlantis is the shining beacon of humanity these days, so they say. I'd argue that the beacon of humanity should be measured in. This place is a delightful relic tangled up with hope, grit, and science. Hello, Captain. Let me carry that. Mm-hmm. I'm all ears. Go ahead. We have time to rearrange things. Okay. Right.
Andrasia, thank goodness. We were worried.
Why? Was there concern that I would not contribute to the mission?
No, of course not. We thought you might be hurt.
Oh, then thank you, but it was not necessary. We succeeded.
Look at you two. I'm jealous. I tried following up on some leads myself, but came back empty-handed.
They could be anywhere, can't they? Embedded in a rock or in the hands of an unsuspecting novelty goods trader? I wasn't aware we were competing, but game on.
Oh no, don't you two start. We're supposed to be working together, not competing.
What's wrong with a little rivalry here and there? I think it pushes us to be at our best.
Or causes nothing but arguments.
Arguments which then breed distrust. Noel is right, Mateo.
Well, I suppose there was that one time, and then the other. What do you think? A little competition can't be that bad, can it? I'm the villain in this story. I can't believe I'm the one pushing us to be tougher for once.
You're spending too much time with Walter, Mateo. He's turning our adorable teddy bear into a grizzly.
Competition is a spice, not a main course. I want it to be there, to be present, but I can't survive on it.
You know what? I just realized I completely overtook this whole conversation. This should be about you and Andrasia celebrating a win for the group.
I do not mind being asked to join in a debate. It was good to hear everyone's sides. But I do agree that we accomplished something together. Thank you for your help. I have no objections. Let us see what else we can find out there.
Noel, pulling some interesting data from those new artifacts. Tell the Rook to meet me back on board the station.
Roger that, Vladimir. He's on his way.
Lately, I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Landing site locked. Take us in.
Your ship need fuel? Prepared? You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll call. I'm sure you can find something you like.
Yes, you need me.
Construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius. Those jobs aren't coming back. But Reliant Medical, Arkmite, and Satori Mills are dedicated to Gagarin. We were just hoping Gagarin could show the same dedication in return.
I'm not closing off the city every time you want to run a tour group through here.
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin a place that works again. A place where people want to live again.
People are living here just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have security work to get back to.
You're not on my calendar. Is this Arkmite related? I'm on Gagarin to make money, not friends.
Don't miss all the extra heat from the old forges, that's for sure.
Smell. Mill's plan is building up.
Welcome to Clint's. Whatever you need, I'm sure I've got it lying around somewhere. Except mech parts. Don't trade those anymore, so don't waste your time asking. Well, for one, it's illegal in UC space. Making mech platforms used to be Gagarin's bread and butter. So, since they were banned in the armistice, I get 1 to 2 folks a month asking what kind of relics I might have lying around. But I'm not about to risk a contraband fine at my age, so that's why I just lay it out up front. Refurbished a lot of the pieces myself. Gagarin. It was a military town until the end of the Colony War. Mechs were our specialty. Everyone always blabbers about Mars making the highest performance machines. But if you needed a system that wouldn't let you down in a pinch, you piloted a Gagarin. But that all dried up when the mechs were banned with the armistice. Now, we've got these new firms coming in. Arkmite, Centauri Mills. Claim they're here to revitalize the city. Which is funny, since their employees refuse to step foot in most of it. Plenty more competition for stores like mine, that's for sure. UC had a lot more money to throw around in those days. During the war, I couldn't keep the shelves stocked. At first, because of all the demand. But later, because the Freestar Collective flotillas were so damn good at picking off UC merchant craft. But the biggest difference now? The quiet. Not just because most of the forges and mines shut down. It was the testing. Firms used to drive their prototype mechs out into the canyons, way beyond the city. But you could still hear the guns all the way from here. It was like, shoo, thunder. So when the thunder stopped, well, so did Gagarin in a way. Good way to think about it. Hopefully I'll be around long enough to see the end result. Take care now.
Sometimes I hide outside the door to Lizzie's bar. So many.
You from off-world? Well, if you like your destination's hot and dusty, Garen's got you good.
Chronicles of the Mech Riders. It's a good title. You read it, right? Oh, and that's just the beginning. Action, adventure, heartbreak, humanity at its absolute most raw. Ever since I left the military, I've been thinking about writing chronicles. Interviewing other mech pilots about what it was like to experience the war strapped in. And what it's been like for us ex-pilots since mechs were banned.
I find other ways to spend my time more compelling. But I am sure some would find it riveting.
Well, in the bold future where the book's done and I don't have to track packages for a living anymore, I'll happily sign your copy. Now, what can I do for you? Sailing across the settled systems, hunting down all these other pilots, it's not going to be cheap. That's why I'm living in scenic Gagarin and not, say, downtown New Atlantis. Every spare credit goes right into the book fund. Of course, I don't exactly mind living in the same town where my mech was built either. But once I've got enough, I'm gone. When folks lose a limb, some get ghost sensations, feel like the limb's still there. Well, imagine that across your whole body. When you're strapped in long enough, you and your machine, you grow to understand each other. What the machine can take and keep going, and what the human can. We'd even sleep in our mechs so we could deploy faster. And since they were a hell of a lot more comfortable than the cots the UC issued, you spent your life cradled in the arms of a war machine. That's what it's like to pilot a mech, and that's what I want to write about. The armistice that ended the colony war put plenty of new laws into place, but the two big ones were no more xeno-weapons and normal mechs. You'll get into trouble for even having mech components on your ship on most settled worlds. So those of us that made our living piloting them were left without a purpose. Which is how I went from driving a 1,500 horsepower battle frame to working in a shipping warehouse. So long. Roger that.
But take this.
I'm Dr. Kheldar. Are you a new patient? If you're a UC citizen, I can look you up, get your benefits processed once we've done a workup. Oh, well, the UC subsidizes the costs of all services for its citizens, healthcare and beyond. Hard part is, you've got to earn your citizenship first, doing some job for the UC for X number of years. I got mine serving as a doctor in an at-need area, as they lovingly refer to Gagarin. Other folks, they've done it through scientific service, diplomatic posts. Heck, you could even go over and talk to Zenaida about joining the Vanguard. They'll get you your citizenship in no time flat. Or so says Zenaida. Oh, well, hello right back at you. If you're ever in need of medical services, you just let me know. Take care.
Gagarin's not an easy. Nice to find.
Someone painted some choice words on the front of the blank factory. Okay, their robots took it down pretty.
You have any problems? The Chief Pretorius.
Catch you at Lizzie's later. Your turn to buy.
Ugh, real scorcher.
Centauri Mills sees a lot of potential in Gagarin. All the cities could give a UC city, but at a fraction of the cost.
You know who's really to blame for Gagarin's problems? The freak.
Looking for a drink? Don't serve anything
Oh,
fancy, so
none
if
of
you're
this
about to ask for wine spritz or whatever, you can hop right back on your ship to New Atlantis. Menu. You're funny. Here's what I've got. Bunch of corporate marionettes moving in, setting up shop. They think we're just a bunch of cheap factories and dumb labor that'll leap at whatever scraps they toss us. But Gagarins are tough by default. We've got exactly zero need of corporate condescension. Sure do. I came into some money right around the time the war ended. Places were selling for nothing. Every person with credits was flying to New Atlantis. I got this place for a wink and a nod. Have been slinging drinks the way I like 'em ever since. Don't cook yourself out there.
My time is Arkmite's time, and Arkmite's time is very valuable.
I heard this story about a kid who was walking, and he fell through the catwalks, and they never found him. All because he didn't study for his citizenship exam. But I don't think that's true.
In this way. Were it not for the path they first walked, he would not be here.
Apparently the about building of the city. You been up there? Good luck.
I wonder if there are any mining jobs on Mars these days.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that interesting?
Hey, have something for me? Bye for now.
Good day, Captain. I am ready to commence a trade. I will await your next here.
Engines firing. Here we go. Retros firing. Orbit stabilized.
This is UC Security. Prepare to be scanned for contraband. And complete. Enjoy your stay in New Atlantis. This is Constellation Star Station LO-868. Welcome aboard.
We are locked in.
Let us see how Vladimir is faring.
Hello.
Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the blackest sea, I found an interesting pattern. The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts, it matches one on another planet. A bigger one. All right, let me transfer over the data. But I need you wearing caution's boots for this one. No telling what this thing is or why it's so large. Going to send you the mark close as I can, but I'm having trouble pinpointing the source. You'll need to explore the area on foot. Put your scanner to work. Don't know what you'll find, Keep your eyes open. And from there, maybe you catch a smile and uncover the source of it all.
Yes?
Separation complete. Targets lost their shields. Right.
Ecliptic put up a fight, that's for sure. That was pretty touch and go there for a minute. Not everyone would have stuck their necks out for a patrol. Thanks. Any way we can repay you? Very noble of you. Thanks again for the help. UC out. Let's put this bird on the ground.
Such beauty in the midst of nothingness.
Greetings.
Neutralized. You die today. Ah, victory!
What does your scanner reveal? looking for? There it is. I do not have words. Are you alright? We need to get you back to the lodge. Your abilities are truly amazing. Yes? Yes, of course. So...
Alright, let's see what's out there. Stay in orbit or jump. Your call. Switching over to standard engines.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Not quite enjoy New Atlantis, but this... this is much better.
Crix's bones. Look at you.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tail. What in the blackest sea are you going on about? What did it do to you?
Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it? Everyone saw that, right?
Like a literal gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird. So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power, all connected.
But we do not understand the connections. We need additional information.
Can we find more of them?
Already picked one up from the scans. Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each. But sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time. Don't think it's just Fortune's laugh that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
Dusty. Dusty. Let's talk.
These people are family. I hope it feels like...
Lay it on me. I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. Just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice. It was surreal, honestly. So most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about biodiversity and plant life. But one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there. But the message was garbled after that. True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message was encrypted. Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset. I know this is probably long done, but I heard his voice. I can't just not look into it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help. Not exactly sure, but he mentioned a court case. So I think there's a paper trail. His former employers had some job he took before he died. I think it was a mining company. No, I just thought it was garbled. I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right? So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes. That works. I'll tell them to go ahead with the investigation. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense? I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. But the fact that I'm doing something about it might be enough to help. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything. Noel, whenever you're bored, I've got a seat in the ship with your name on it. What are you working on, if you don't mind me asking? to know you're working this hard, does she? You've earned the right to be here, Noel.
We've always considered ourselves explorers. As much as I love uncovering new questions, before I say anything, I need to clarify that I have no formal medical training. So with that in mind, I think so. I know I said the scans weren't normal, but I would differentiate that from dangerous or concerning. I plan on keeping an eye on you, but you seem to have adapted to the changes. You're feeling okay, right? I'm not a doctor, but I do have eyes. I think I'd notice. I have no reason to expect anything that drastic will happen, but we are in uncharted waters here, so I guess you'd just be extra handy to have around. Well, not really. Based on my initial scans, but more on what I watched you do. But we'll run with it for now. For now, just relax. We're all behind you, and we'll take care of you if we need to. And if you wake up in the middle of the night to find me standing over you, taking scans or drawing blood, just take it in stride. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. Probably. Stay safe, okay? I know everyone's excited by the art. Okay, let's take a look. See you later.
I see it with my own eyes. It is still hard to believe. I think you may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally. There are worlds to conquer.